what if this time, it's not just the world at stake? What if it's you?
She's not just a demon. She's tied to my very existence. I am cursed, Isabel, and if she succeeds, we all perish.
In the shadows of the old world, where myths are born, where nightmares breathe, one man stands between darkness and the end of humanity. His name is whispered with fear, his legend carved in blood. He is the hunter of hunters, the slayer of the damned. He is Van Helsing. But this is not the same story you remember. This is the return. This is the reckoning. This is Van Helsing 2. The world thought the monsters were gone, banished, destroyed, but evil never dies. It waits, it festers, and it rises again, in the ruined castles of Eastern Europe, in forgotten catacombs beneath the earth, in forests that never see the light of day. Something stirs. A cult, ancient and powerful, has awakened the oldest evil known to mankind. Not a vampire, not a werewolf, not a demon, but something far more dangerous. Something that should never have been unleashed. The blood of innocents spills once more. Villages tremble in fear, and the whispers grow louder. Only one name offers hope. Van Helsing, haunted by the battles of his past, by the monsters he's slain, and the friends he's lost. Van Helsing wanders the edges of the world, but destiny does not let him rest. A message arrives, a cry for help, a sign that the nightmare has begun again. And though his heart is weary, though his soul is scarred, the hunter answers the call. The journey takes him across darkened lands, from blood-soaked villages, to cursed mountains where no man dares to climb, to forgotten castles where shadows whisper, each step closer to a truth, more terrifying than he ever imagined. But Van Helsing does not fight alone. Beside him stands a new generation of warriors. A fearless woman, skilled with blade and bow, who has lost everything to the creatures of the night. A scholar of forbidden knowledge, whose mind holds secrets even monsters fear. And a rogue from the streets, quick with wit, quicker with blades, hiding a past darker than his smile. Together, they form an uneasy alliance. Bound not by trust, but by necessity, for the evil they face is unlike anything the world has ever seen. The battles are relentless. Wolves with burning eyes stalk them in the snow. Demons rise from the shadows of ancient ruins. And in the dead of night, the vampire lords return, thirsting for vengeance. Each fight is brutal, each victory costly, and every scar tells a story of survival. But behind the chaos, behind the bloodshed, lies the true enemy. The resurrected darkness, the first monster, the source of all evil. A being so ancient, so powerful, its very name has been erased from history. Until now, Van Helsing must confront not only this terror, but also the demons within himself, the guilt of his past, the choices that haunt him, and the price of being humanity's eternal shield. Through fire and fear, through rage and sacrifice, he learns that to defeat true evil, he must become something more than a hunter. He must become a legend. The story crescendos into an epic confrontation. A fortress of shadows, built on blood and bone. The cult chanting, the monster rising, the world on the brink of darkness. Thunder shakes the skies, the ground splits with fire. And Van Helsing stands alone, face to face with the unimaginable. The final battle is not just for survival. It is for humanity's soul. For the future of every man, woman, and child. And for the hope that even in the darkest of nights, one light will remain. The clash of steel, the roar of monsters, the screams of the damned, and the unbreakable will of a hunter who refuses to fall. This is not just a fight. This is destiny. Van Helsing 2 delivers action like never before. Cinematic battles that stretch across mountains, castles, and dungeons. Terrifying creatures brought to life with stunning detail. A world drenched in Gothic horror and supernatural suspense. And a hero's journey that is as emotional as it is epic. But at its heart, Van Helsing 2 is more than a monster hunt. It is about redemption, about sacrifice, about finding hope when all seems lost. It is the story of a man who carries the weight of the world on his shoulders, yet still chooses to fight. Again, and again, and again, the legend rises once more. The hunter returns, the monsters are waiting, and this time, the darkness will face its reckoning. Star Van Helsing 2 evil never sleeps. Neither does the hunter. Coming soon.